Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, my name is Firda Aulia Subandi. I'm from English Education Study Program, and in this occasion, we are going to talk about genre and grammar, text and context. Before that, let us know about grammar first. What is grammar? Grammar is the study of wording or the theory of language, of how language put together and how it works. It means that the meaning is accessible through the wording and it expressed through the sounds or letters. Okay? Grammar has two parts or two kinds. They are folk terminology and linguistic terminology. What is folk terminology? Folk terminology has stages. They are meaning, wording, then the last one is letters or sounds. In linguistic terminology, it has stages also. They are, the first one is semantics, and next lexicogrammar, and the last one is phonology. And what is grammar? Why do we need to know about grammar? We need a theory of grammar to help us to understand how text is works and how to produce the text, even it or whether it's spoken or written, in various contexts for the various purposes. Okay, next is how to characterize the language. There are three grammars which have a major influence. The first one is traditional grammar, second one is formal grammar, and the last one is functional grammar. Okay, we are going to explain about traditional grammar. Traditional grammar is a standard English comparing with Latin. Not about the meaning, it's just about how the words are well constructed. Because traditional grammar are only focused on the rules of how to producing the correct sentences. Okay, the second one is formal grammar. Formal grammar concerns to describe the structures of individual sentences. Informal grammar have a rules which allow or disallow certain sentence structures, or in other words, formal grammar is focused on language structures. And the last one is functional grammar. These grammars are a research for making a meaning, attempts to describe language in actual use and only focus on text and the context. Or in other words, this grammar cuts the meaning, then representation, the sentences, or analyze something. And what should we analyze? We should analyze its clauses. Okay, next is context. What is context? Context is something that has a relation with WH questions like what, who, when, where, why, and how. Context has two parts. They are context of culture and context of situations. In context of culture, it has three parts, or it depends on three parts. They are being, doing, and saying. Being is about who we are, and doing is about what we do, and saying is about what we say. Next in context is context of situations. Context of situations divided into three parts. They are field and tenor and mode. Okay, field is refers to what's going on. Field divided into two parts. They are activity focused and object focused. Okay, next to tenor. tenor refers to the social relationships between those talking parts. In tenor, there are three parts. They are status or power, and next affect, and next contact. Okay, and the last one is mode. Mode refers to how language is being used. Okay, mode is about the channel of communication is spoken or written. And the last is in mode is language is being used as a mode of action or reflection. Next is understanding the text in SFL. The wording of text simultaneously encoded into the three types. They are ideational meaning and interpersonal meaning, and the last one is textual meaning. Okay, we are going to talk about the first one. It is ideational meaning. Ideational meanings is meanings about phenomena. Phenomena is about things is living or non-living, abstract and concrete, and about going on, what the things are or do, and the circumstances surrounding these happenings and doings. Okay, next is interpersonal meanings. Interpersonal meanings is a meanings which expressed a speaker's attitudes and judgments. Meanings are realized in wordings through mood and modality. First one is mood. In mood, the meanings is consider which kind of people are allowed to order others about. And it can be declarative and imperative. And this is the example of declarative. And this is the example of imperative. Okay, next in mood, it's consider the degree of formality and informality. This is the example of formality, and this is the example of informality. Okay, next in mood, it is considered the attitudinal passage which expresses affect, the degree of like or dislike. This is the example of like, and this is the example of dislike. Okay, between the mood, it has modality. Modality is considered the mood adjuncts which reveal attitude or judgments. And the next modality is considered the modal operators which reveal the speaker's certainty. Okay, the last one. The last type is textual meaning. Textual meaning is expressed the relation of language to its environment, including both the verbal environment and non-verbal environment, or it's usually called context, and the situational environment, or it's usually called context. Okay, the last one is we are talking about genre. What is genre? It's a culturally specific text type which results from using language. It can be written or spoken to help accomplish something. In culture specific, genre have associated with 1. Particular purposes. 2. Particular stages. Stages, it can be beginnings, middles, or the ends. And the last one, it can be particular linguistic features. Okay, that's all the material between genre and grammar, text and context. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time.